Welcome to another deep dive where we're going to help you get ready for a job interview. This one's for fish production operator. We got some great resources here to help us out today. From RoleCatcher, their career guides, interview guides, even a peek into their AI. So they can really help you stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, it's not just about knowing the answers. It's about understanding what the hiring manager is really looking for, and then showcasing your skills so that those skills resonate with that hiring manager.
Exactly. So let's start by imagining a day in the life of a fish production operator. It's more than just working on a production line.
Right.
You're responsible for the entire process. Quality control, managing resources, even leading a team.
A dynamic role for sure, and it requires technical expertise
Right.
and leadership. So RoleCatcher's career guides really emphasize this holistic view because it helps you tailor your interview answers.
Okay, so let's get into those interview questions. RoleCatcher provided 10 common ones, so let's dissect them one by one. Starting with, what do you know about fish production and processing?
Okay, well, this is your chance to show off your passion and knowledge,
Yeah.
but don't just give a textbook definition, right? Like,
Sure.
go a little deeper. Mention some of the specific processes, like filleting, smoking. Highlight the safety protocols, like HACCP, which stands for Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points. That ensures food safety. And even touch upon industry trends, like automation and sustainability.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
showing them you went fishing for information.
Yeah.
You came back with a full net. And you can even use RoleCatcher's AI to, like, tailor your response to that specific company and role. So, for example, if they emphasize sustainability on their website, you could really highlight your knowledge of things like responsible waste management techniques.
That's a really great point. And the AI actually analyzes job descriptions and provides that feedback. So it's making sure that your answers really hit the mark. Now imagine if they follow up and they say something like, can you walk me through a specific process you're familiar with?
Okay, yeah. So that's where your in-depth knowledge really shines.
Right.
And so maybe you pick filleting and you explain how you would check the fish for quality, the tools that you would use, and how you would maintain hygiene standards.
Exactly. Showing that level of detail really paints a clear picture of your understanding and your experience. So let's move on to question number 2. This one is, how do you ensure regulatory compliance in fish production?
All right, this one might sound a little intimidating to some people, but it's all about showing that you're committed to quality and safety.
Absolutely. And the key words here are HACCP, which we already talked about, and then GMP, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. Briefly explain them. HACCP focuses on preventing hazards, while GMP ensures overall quality and consistency. Those are the cornerstones of safe and high-quality food production.
And you can even, like, score extra points.
By giving specific examples, so you could mention a time where you implemented a new safety measure based on HACCP principles, or how you ensured that consistent product quality through strict GMP guidelines. I love those real-life examples. They really demonstrate that you not only understand these concepts, but you've actually applied them in practice. Now, the interviewer might want to dig a little deeper, and they might say, can you share an instance where you identified a potential compliance issue, and how did you address it?
Okay, yeah. That's your chance to showcase your problem-solving skills and your proactive approach. So maybe you noticed a temperature inconsistency in a storage unit, and you immediately took steps to rectify it, preventing spoilage.
Yeah, you're building trust there
Yeah.
by highlighting your attention to detail and that commitment to compliance, and you're demonstrating your value. Okay, moving on to question number 3. This one is, how do you maintain the quality of fish products during processing?
Details matter here. It's all about those checks and balances throughout the production line.
Yes, talk about sensory evaluations, how you use sight, smell, and touch to assess the freshness and quality. Mention temperature control. Explain its importance in preventing bacterial growth. And if you've used specific tools for those quality checks, like a pH meter or a texture analyzer, don't hesitate to mention those as well.
Yeah, it's about really painting a picture of your meticulous approach to quality control. Now imagine they ask you, can you share a time you identified a quality issue and how you resolved it?
Another opportunity to show off those problem-solving skills in action. So maybe you noticed that a batch of fish had an off smell, and you identified that root cause, and you implemented corrective measures. That shows that you're proactive about quality assurance.
Right. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon for practicing those responses. It's like having a mock interview with personalized feedback, so you can really fine-tune your answers and just boost your confidence. All right, let's move on to question 4, which delves into sustainability. How do you handle fish waste and byproducts?
This is where you can really showcase your understanding of the environmental impact fish production.
Yeah, it's more than just like knowing how to dispose of waste responsibly. It's about,
Yeah.
demonstrating your awareness of that bigger picture, how the industry can operate in a sustainable and environmentally friendly manner.
Right. So discuss responsible disposal methods, like composting or rendering. Even better, mention potential uses for those byproducts, like fish oil supplements or fish meal for fertilizer. You're demonstrating that you understand the circular economy principle.
Well, if the company emphasizes sustainability, you can really hit a home run here by highlighting your experience with like specific waste reduction techniques or any environmentally friendly practices you've implemented. So what if they ask you, what are your thoughts on reducing plastic packaging in the fish industry?
Oh, that's a great question. It gives you a chance to showcase your forward-thinking approach. So you could discuss alternative packaging materials like biodegradable options, or even innovative solutions like edible films. You're positioning yourself as someone who's passionate about minimizing that environmental impact.
And that shows not only your knowledge, but also your proactive approach to finding solutions, which is a really valuable skill.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about safety. Question number 5. How do you ensure workplace safety in fish production?
This is non-negotiable. In any food processing environment, you want to come across as a champion for safety, not just someone who follows the rules, because they have to.
Yes. So mention specific protocols, like wearing the proper PPE, personal protective equipment, conducting regular equipment checks, participating in safety training programs. You can even highlight your knowledge of OSHA regulations, showing your commitment to maintaining a safe work environment.
And don't forget to share a specific example. So maybe you noticed a potential hazard like a slippery floor, and you immediately reported it. That prevented a potential accident. Or maybe you took the initiative to implement a new safety procedure. That reduced the risk of injury.
Yeah, those real-life examples add so much depth to your response, and they demonstrate that proactive approach to safety. Now imagine they follow up with, have you ever had to implement a new safety protocol? What were the challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, that's a great one. This is where you showcase your leadership skills and your ability to drive positive change. So maybe you implemented a new system for reporting near misses, and you faced resistance from some team members, but you ultimately succeeded in fostering a culture of safety through effective communication and training.
Yes, that kind of story really showcases your ability to lead by example and to create a safer work environment for everyone.
We've covered a lot of ground already. We're going to take a quick breather and be back to tackle the remaining questions and more insights from RoleCatcher.
Welcome back to our deep dive into acing that fish production operator interview. We just tackled some tough questions about safety and sustainability, showcasing how to really, go beyond those simple answers. Now let's look at question 6. How do you manage inventory in fish production?
All right, efficiency is key here. You want to demonstrate that you understand how to keep those fish flowing smoothly through the entire production process.
Right, minimizing waste, ensuring a steady supply of materials, preventing any bottlenecks. So think about things like stock rotation, making sure everything stays fresh, preventing spoilage. Mention forecasting demand. You know how you anticipate needs based on the production schedule or sales trends. And if you've used any specific inventory management systems like CFO, first in, first out, or any software programs, be sure to highlight those.
Yeah, those organizational skills are a must. Show them that you are a master of order and efficiency, even amidst, that fast-paced environment of fish processing. Now, what if they say, can you describe a situation where you had to deal with an unexpected inventory shortage?
Ooh, this is where you get to shine as a problem solver. So you could describe how you quickly assess the situation, identified alternative suppliers maybe, adjusted production schedules, communicated effectively with all the different teams involved to minimize any disruptions.
Right, so it really demonstrates your ability to think on your feet and maintain that smooth operation, even when those unexpected challenges come up.
Okay, so let's dive into question 7. How do you ensure the efficient use of resources in fish production?
So this goes beyond just using ingredients wisely right. It's about that holistic view of resource management. Energy, water, even packaging.
Absolutely. You could discuss energy conservation measures, like optimizing equipment usage, implementing energy-efficient lighting, highlight your awareness of water usage, mention techniques for minimizing water consumption during cleaning or processing, and don't forget about that packaging waste. Discuss ways to reduce, reuse, or recycle those materials.
Right, so it's about showcasing your commitment to sustainability, eco-consciousness. You're not just focused on production. You're focused on minimizing the environmental footprint. Now, what if they ask you, have you ever implemented a process improvement that led to significant resource savings?
Oh, I love this question. It's time to share a success story. Maybe you identified a way to reduce water usage during a cleaning process, or streamlined a production step to minimize energy consumption. Quantify the savings if possible. Show them that tangible impact.
It's all about showing them your initiative, your ability to really make a difference in terms of resource efficiency.
Okay.
Let's move on to question 8, which focuses on that journey. From processing plant to consumer, how do you ensure product quality during transportation and storage?
Okay, this is all about understanding the cold chain, that critical network that maintains the proper temperature. For fish products, from start to finish.
It's like a relay race. Every stage has to be perfectly executed.
Exactly. So start by explaining the importance of temperature monitoring throughout transportation and storage. Emphasize its role in preventing bacterial growth and maintaining quality. Then you can dive into specifics. Proper packaging techniques, like vacuum sealing or modified atmosphere packaging. Explain how those help preserve freshness. And then highlight the importance of adhering to those strict handling procedures during loading, transportation, and unloading. You want to prevent any temperature fluctuations or damage.
Yeah, and then they might ask you something like, what are some of the key challenges in maintaining that cold chain, and how would you address them?
Yeah, that's your chance to show you've really thought about those potential problems and what those solutions might be. So you could mention things like equipment malfunctions, traffic delays, even just human error during handling. Then explain how you'd mitigate those risks through regular equipment maintenance, contingency planning, and thorough training for all the personnel involved.
Right, so you're showcasing your proactive approach, your ability to ensure quality, even when those unforeseen circumstances pop up.
Okay, let's shift our focus to leadership. Question 9. How do you manage a team of fish production operators?
Okay, so this is where you showcase your ability to not only work independently, but also to lead and motivate others.
Right. It's all about those essential soft skills that were so crucial for teamwork and just a harmonious work environment. So think about your leadership style. Are you more collaborative, delegating tasks and empowering team members? Are you more directive, providing clear instructions and ensuring that everyone's on the same page, whatever your style is? Explain how you communicate effectively, provide constructive feedback, and resolve conflicts to create that positive and productive team dynamic.
Yeah, and then they might ask, can you share an example of a time you had to motivate your team to meet a challenging deadline?
Oh, this is where you get to showcase your leadership in action. So describe a situation where your team faced a really tight deadline or a difficult task. Explain how you set clear goals, delegated those responsibilities effectively, provided support and encouragement, and then celebrated successes as a team. Remember, concrete examples make your stories so much more relatable and impactful.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can be a valuable tool for practicing these leadership scenarios. Use their platform, record your answers, analyze your delivery, identify areas for improvement, make sure you're coming across as a confident and capable leader.
That's a great point. Now let's tackle that final question from RoleCatcher. It focuses on continuous learning. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and best practices in fish production?
So this is where you demonstrate your passion for the field, your commitment to professional growth.
You got it. It's about showing them. You're not content with the basics. You're actively seeking knowledge and staying ahead of the curve.
Right, so mention some specific resources like industry journals, online publications, conferences or webinars you attend. Highlight any professional organizations that you're a member of.
Yeah, and don't forget about online resources. Maybe you follow industry influencers on social media, or you participate in those online forums where professionals share knowledge and discuss trends. The key is to show them you're proactive about staying informed.
Right. So they might follow up and say, what's a recent innovation in fish processing that you're particularly excited about?
Oh, I love it. This is where you can shine. As someone who's passionate about the industry, research and discuss a specific innovation, whether it's a new processing technique, a sustainable packaging solution, or even, a technological advancement like automation or artificial intelligence. Explain why you find it exciting and how it could benefit the industry.
Right, so you're demonstrating your curiosity, your eagerness to learn. Those are qualities that are valuable in any role.
Absolutely. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but we're not quite finished yet. let's take a final look at RoleCatcher's career insights and how their AI can be your secret weapon throughout that entire job search process.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about those fish production operator interview questions, but they're not just hoops to jump through, right?
Yeah, there are opportunities to showcase your passion,
Yeah.
your skills, how you would be a valuable asset to their team.
Exactly. And as we wrap up, let's look beyond the interview and into the career itself. RoleCatcher's guides have some great insights here.
Yeah, they highlight this clear progression path from entry level to junior to senior fish production operator. Each step comes with more responsibility, but also greater opportunities to lead, mentor, and make a real impact.
And remember, you're not just climbing a ladder within one company. You can explore different sectors, maybe specialize in a certain type of seafood or a processing technique. Imagine going from a large-scale operation to a smaller artisanal producer, or focusing on the latest high-tech advancements in the field. Yeah, so you're really crafting a career path that aligns with your interests and your ambitions. RoleCatcher also emphasizes certifications, especially food safety and HACCP.
Those are so important. They demonstrate your commitment to quality and safety, and those are crucial in this industry. Think of it as like an investment in yourself. You're showing those employers that you're taking those professional standards seriously.
Now let's talk about something that makes a lot of people nervous: networking.
Oh, networking. It doesn't have to be scary. Think of it as building relationships and learning from others in your field. So attend some industry events, join some online communities. You can even just reach out to someone whose work you admire and have a virtual coffee chat with them.
Yeah, and RoleCatcher's guides remind us
Yeah.
that these connections can lead to mentorship opportunities, collaborations, even unexpected job openings. You never know where a simple conversation might lead.
You really don't. And throughout this entire journey, from prepping for that first interview to, navigating your career path, RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon.
It really can. Their tools can help you tailor your resume, cover letter, to specific job descriptions. Analyze those descriptions to identify those key skills. Even practice your interview responses with AI-powered feedback.
It's like having a personalized career coach available to you 24/7, guiding you every step of the way.
So there you have it, your deep dive into the world of becoming a fish production operator. We covered not just the what's of the interview questions, but the why behind them and how to make your answers really stand out.
Remember, in this vast sea of job seekers, be the one that swims with confidence, knowledge, and a little help from RoleCatcher.
And until next time, keep diving deep into the things that matter to you